Hello, everybody. It's been a long time. I have been so busy. That's why I have not been able to upload or keep an eye on the allotment. The weeds have literally taken over. As you can see, a lovely bindweed. My fruit bed, where I had gooseberries, blackcurrants, it looks like basically it looks like a jungle. Unfortunately, the bindweed has completely decimated everything. And I put in, you may recall, if you've seen the video about 2 years back when I took over the plot, I put some asparagus here. But again, the weeds have taken control, but there is a few. I put 20 plants in, and initially they're all right, and then slowly the weeds penetrated the double layers of cardboard and all that, and it's absolutely just taken control. I've decided it's not worth the grief anymore, and I'm going to take all the asparagus out, cut it all down, put loads of cardboard and wood chip, and in a year's time start putting some beds in there. Lovely slugs are still ever present. Any vegans, look away now. There we go. This is hyacinth bean, which is an Asian flat bean. You can eat the whole lot, and I believe this is borage or something. I grew them from seed because, as you can see, check this baby out here. Can you see? It's one of the best pollinators to attract pollinators. Absolutely beautiful, and what a beautiful color. So I grew them from seed. It's the first time I actually grew flowers from seed. Can you see that? That looks beautiful. So if you're growing anything that needs pollinating, what you got to do is put some borage underneath, and trust me, you'll never regret it. And apparently you can eat the flowers as well, but I've never tried it. What else have I got? This year, like I said, the weather's been horrible anyway, to be honest. This is some kind of squash because I forgot to label it. There's more hyacinth there. But what I found on this side, because I have a trampoline polytunnel that I built, most of it is recycled material. It's all shaded, so anything that I plant here is basically a dwarf. No offense. Because I had all the garlics in the winter. I had garlics everywhere, and these garlics this side were minuscule in comparison to the garlics that I had on the other side with the full sun. This side I got some massive garlic. All right, potatoes come out rubbish this year because I didn't water it regularly, and I did not cover the bottom. I did put the straws mulch. This year's basically complete washout, and I'm actually embarrassed. That's why I haven't filmed anything. Look at the weeds on the side. And this here, anybody familiar with this, is taro root. It's basically a potato, mostly grown in Asia because it doesn't like the cold. When you pick the potatoes, you can't eat them raw, or you can't eat them. I think boiled. I think it's quite risky. You got to cook them thoroughly. You can eat the stem as well, the leaf in the stir fry, curry, etc. That's taro root. That's my foxgloves that are dying out. This is a courgette. I think I'm going to cut down the courgettes next year. Like this. And another thing I've learned is courgette don't grow them in buckets because they are so thirsty. You just can't, you won't be able to water them on a regular basis. Just grow them on the ground. Because if I grew that on the ground, I'll probably be picking too many. I'll have to throw them away. That's another hyacinth bean. They're basically purplish beans, pods. Yeah, look at this baby here. See, don't grow courgettes in buckets. Ain't worth the grief. Look at this one. This was a double stem for some reason. Waste of time. Yeah, look. More courgettes. I think I put in about 4 different varieties of courgettes. This is It's like this is an Asian variation of amaranth, which is a giant one. They can grow up to 6 foot if you look after them. As you can see, the weather's rubbish and they're not growing at all. This is a bolted coriander. This is the confetti coriander. If somebody saw my video last year, if you grow coriander, trust me, grow confetti coriander. Don't grow the other stuff, which is calypso. It's absolutely rubbish in comparison in aroma. That's another courgette. That's another courgette. I don't know why I bothered. That's more courgettes. What else have I got? In the end, if you can see right at the end, I got mint and lemon. Is it lemon balm? Again, they take over. Only a small bed of what is it? Sweet corn. That's it, sweet corn. Got a few French bean. Is it French bean? I can't remember what it is now. Like I said, I didn't label them. This here is a cherry tree. It's massive. The cherries are absolutely massive. But this year, I want to cut it down because I can't win. I've given up because even when you net it, the lovely pigeons go inside and just decimate it. So it's just not worth the grief. And and the shade, it doesn't help the beds underneath. So nah, this is it. It's going. So that's the sweet corn. I grew them from seed, first time ever. Normally I just go and buy the plugs. This is, look, can you see that? White borage is beautiful. Look how many pollinators there are. Absolutely phenomenal, trust me. You do not need, if you want pollinators, borage is the nuts. Look at this. Absolutely beautiful. I don't know if it's all coming out on camera, but look, there's too many. This here is a leek that's gone to seed, so because it looks so beautiful, I left it. And that's more coriander that's gone to seed. I want to collect the seeds, let it dry out. This here, where's the other bit? This here is popsicle, white radish, mooli, whatever you want to call it. Again, but it's the Asian variety, right? I think I've got probably about 5 million seeds now. But when you buy them on eBay, literally this will cost you about £2. So you can do the maths. And trust me, if anyone's growing them, grow these variety. Or send me a message, I'll post you some. They basically they're the size of them. The softer and the sandy the soil is, the deeper they go. I've seen some grow 1, 2, I think the longest one I saw was 2.5 foot, and it was about, how wide was it? I'll say about 4 inches wide. So this one will go to seed, and I want to collect the seeds. But again, this is way too much. Each pod is worth about like £2 or something like that, I don't know. But like I said, I've got too much. I've got more here. This is out of control. Sweet corn, what's left of it, because the fox keep on decimating it. Like they murdered all my chickens. They chewed through the net, took their time, and went inside it and caused a massacre. So I don't want to, the less I talk about it, the better. And here I've got my IBC fully filled up, and I've got what's left of the compost, the horse manure. So we'll clear all this out. It's an absolute mess, and I do apologize. Normally it's not that bad, but I have been busy on other projects. This is what people call callaloo, amaranth, whatever you want to call it. But literally, it's beautiful. You can have it stir fry, probably raw, I don't know, or steamed. Again, cook it in anything. It's lovely and tender. It is so easy to grow. You literally just throw the seeds in, put a bit of compost, water it, and leave it, and they grow really fast. I think I put these in about 30 days ago. I've already picked a lot, one batch, and I might do a batch today. More weeds. There you go. Weeds. And you just love weeds. So today my plan is to clean the place a little bit. Oh, I've got apples here. I'm gonna pick a few. more palette colors. And these were basically the compost bin. And as they compress down or decompose down, I just remove layers and layers. It was in that corner there. I'll clean all this up. Apologize for the mess. What else have I got? I've got nothing. Oh, I've got some. I tell you what, I've got some outdoor cucumbers. Look at this. That's a lovely coriander there. I've left it for the seeds and the pollinators. Mind you, I've got nothing to pollinate. This one's here. I've got to pick these. That's another courgette. That's too much courgette. This is my strawberry bed. I've probably had about two. Rest of them were eaten by slugs, and even though the net's there, obviously it makes no difference to the slugs. Lovely pigeons, lovely pigeons. And this is another bed of amaranth I've put in. Succession planting, as you may have heard of. That strawberry's trying to get in there. Got to take him out, the sucker. It's getting warm now. Where's the Asian cucumber? Here it is. It looks like a dwarf. Because the weather has been so bad this year. One day too hot, next day too cold, pissing down. See? This is the mint. Looks beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I'll take a picture at the same time. Oh. Take another one there. Take another one there. Yeah. Alright, what am I doing? Skip. Skip. I may have, I think it's some kind of squash. I didn't grow any winter squash this year, unfortunately. Last year was good, but potatoes I did harvest, but unfortunately they were weak, small, because I tried the complete bucket system this year. It didn't work. But this baby here, oh, look at that. This is grafted cucumbers, and you can see, I don't know if it's coming out well. What is it? Look at this, absolutely jam-packed with piccolo cucumbers or whatever, you know, the small variety. Look at this, beautiful. Look at this baby. Woo! Yeah, lovely. Even the polytunnel is a bit of a mess. You can see the tomatoes. So far, touch wood, I haven't got blight, but I hope I haven't cursed it. These are aubergines. Attacked by black flies. You see it? This was a borage plant, but because I didn't water it and I put it in a pot, it died. But look, absolutely decimated with black flies. Otherwise, by now I should have picked some aubergines. So I've got about 4 or 5 varieties of tomatoes. Everything here is grafted. Okay, everything here is grafted. The aubergines grafted, the cucumbers grafted, the tomatoes grafted. And I'm telling you, if you're skeptical about grafted tomatoes or grafted plants, once you try it, I'll guarantee you, you'll never go back to anything that's non-grafted. Well, you know, obviously some stuff you can't get grafted, but trust me, if you grow grafted tomatoes, and I'm sure Steve at Seaside Allotment and Kitchen Garden would confirm, trust me, you never go back. It just ain't worth the why would you bother growing 10 tomato plants when 1 tomato plant does the job? Last year I grew it outside, and it wasn't a plant, it was a tree. I was picking about 1 kilo of cherry tomatoes a day from 1 grafted thingy. If you don't believe me, just scroll to my videos and see one of the videos. It's somewhere there. Last year I posted. I've got some aubergines here, but again they're weak. But to be honest, I don't actually give it tomato feed. You know the feed, a lot of people do. I'm just lazy basically. If I did, I'm sure they'll be much bigger. Problem with this me is I'm just like, everything is, there's no what was I gonna say, there's no, I don't follow the planting calendar, etc., and that's why everything's a mess. And if I did, I'm sure I'd probably get triple the harvest, and it'd be much more successful. See, that one's bone dry. I got water it. In the back I got the container-wise containers. I know people are catching on to them now, but I got them like, I think 1.5 years ago. I've got every size. Absolutely brilliant, absolutely brilliant. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I shall, that's another I think a hyacinth bean. It's too hot. I'm going to take a breather and do a bit of harvesting and do a bit of cleaning. Enjoy yourself. Until next time.